Hello students, welcome to lecture number 14, that is on quality function deployment, generally known as QFD. I am Professor Rushikesh Phikolle, working as an assistant professor in Department of Civil Engineering in Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Koparga. So welcome all of you to this lecture. So what is quality function deployment, that is QFD? See, every organization has customers. Some have only internal customers, or some have only external customers, and some have both. So it is our duty how we can deploy the quality through our product in the hands of the customer. That is the important thing. So when you are working to determine what you need to accomplish to satisfy or to even delight your customers. So quality function deployment is an essential tool for delighting the customer, for accomplishing the targets that you have already set. So there is one matrix which is used to plan the product planning, which is used to take the decisions, and which is used to drive the engineering design and engineering applications that are all customer related. So that is why it is also called as an matrix product planning, decision matrices, customer driven engineering. So we'll see the background, why the QFD comes into the picture, what is the history behind the quality function deployment. So the background related to the quality function deployment, it is focused methodology which is used for carefully listening to the voice of the customer and then effectively responding to those needs and expectations of the customer. This technique was firstly developed in late 1960s in Japan as a form of cause and effect analysis. Already we have seen what is cause and effect diagram, that is Ishikawa diagram. So Ishikawa diagram is a background which is used for developing this quality function deployment analysis. Then in 1980s QFD was brought to the United States of America. Then here there it gains more popularity, and as a result of it numerous successes in the automotive industry has been observed. Then it became very popular technique. Why it became very popular technique in all the sectors, basically in the automotive sector? Because it listens the voice of the customer, it takes the requirements of the customers into the account. Then there will be the design which is going to be start. Okay, so firstly you have to listen the voice of customer. Depend upon that what customer says, what are the customer vows, what customers wants, what customers requirements, that you have to take into account. Then you have to picturize the customer demands through your engineering knowledge, engineering design. Then that engineering design you have to go circulate to the another team. So like this. So this is the background that laid a foundation stone to the popularity of the QFD. Next we'll see the what is the methodology of QFD. Basically QFD measures the customer satisfaction and with a product or the services. Yes, we are knowing this. So QFD is a structured method that uses the 7 management and planning tools to identify and to prioritize customer expectations quickly and effectively. Already we have seen 7 quality control tools. What are those? Firstly, we have seen the cause and effect diagram, second check sheet, then control sheet or control graph, then histogram, then Pareto diagram, then stratification, and lastly scatter diagram. So 7 quality control tools or planning tools we have seen. These tools are used to identify the prioritize the what are the defects are there in the product. then those expectations comes into the picture very quickly and effectively. Then we can prioritize what are the customers requirements are there, then we can begin. So beginning with the initial matrices, commonly that it is termed as the house of quality, that is shown in the figure number 1. We'll see, this is the figure number 1 that shows the house of the quality. On the left hand side there is a box. In that box they have given a voice of the customer, and on the right hand side box they have given competitive values. And you have to construct this house of a quality by setting a foundation for this house, that is what target values. What are the customers requirements that you have to set as a foundation stone of your house. Then you have to start step by step and you have to reach to the top, that is at the apex of that house. And you have to taken into account also both the things, that is what house voice of the customer and the competitive values. These two values will stable your house, okay, will maintain the verticality of your house. So this is you can say a idea behind in the construction of this diagram, that is what a house of a quality. It all related to the quality. How quality starts by listening the voice of the customer and by comparing competitive values among all the products, that products are already present in the market. So foundation stone you have to lay by targeting the values, okay, that are requirements. Then you have to see what is the technical competitiveness is there. If it is present, then you have to set its benchmark. I will give this kind of technical competitiveness, so that competitiveness should be taken into the account. And whatever the design, engineering design and drawing you are going to start, it is above the that benchmark, not below that benchmark, like this. Next, if there are technical difficulty, you have to approach to the design engineering team, or you have to approach to the, those are the, you can say renowned scientists in that field. So then and then you can sort it down that technical difficulty. If technical difficulty sorted down, then you have to go to the rating of your house. You have to set a 10-point scale, and upon that you have to go to the customers and you have to take the feedback from the customer. Then you will get certain rating whether it is possible to build that product and we are going to launch that product into the market. So let me know what are your ratings. So then and then it is possible to build a relationship matrix between all these things. So there is a relationship matrix between the voice of the customer, that is nothing but the priorities, competitive value, and what are the requirements. So like this. Next, we have to go to the product characteristics, whether by developing as such all the house of quality up to the suppose like a plinth level, and above that we have to construct the walls nothing but are a product characteristics. Product characteristics are nothing but whatever the requirements given by the customer, what are the competitive values given by the market, these are present in your product or not. That is what product characteristics. If they are present, then you have to reach to the interaction matrix, that is the apex or the roof of your house. So this is what a basic procedure which is used to note down the voice of the customer and to produce the product as per their demand. So like this is about the figure number 1. So the QFD methodology focuses on the most important, that is product or the service attributes or the qualities, and these are composed of customers wants and the must. Okay, if the customer is saying these are the must thing to me, then you have to provide these must. If there are they wanting anything, you have to provide like this. So once you prioritize the attributes and the qualities, then QFD deploys them to appropriate organization function for action. So this is shown in the figure number 2. That is how we can deploy whatever the priorities you have taken into your account, how to deploy them to build a product. That is what figure number 2 says. Thus, QFD is a deployment of customer driven qualities to the responsible functions of an organization. So let us see the figure number 2 that shows the waterfall relationship of the QFD matrices. So waterfall means nothing but water is falling on one, you can say one benchmark. Below that it is falling. Then likewise this. So it is what? It's a linkage between the all the attributes over here. So first is nothing but they have given it starts from the top. That is what? Customer requirements. See on the left hand side, customer requirements are processed into the design requirements. Customer is only saying the applications. He is not knowing the technical things over here. He is not knowing what kind of designs that is required to develop that product, but he knows the application of that product. So applications taken into the account, then these applications are converted into the product requirements or the requirement matrices. Then that product requirement matrices are given to the engineering team. So engineering team taken that design requirements into their account, and they will convert that design requirements into the engineering design. That is what design matrix. So it is a matrix structure will get formed over here, starting from the requirement matrix to the design matrix. Requirement matrix are nothing but the requirements given by the customer are processed into the design requirements is known as requirement matrix. What about design matrix? The design matrices requirements are processed into the design engineering design and is known as design matrix. Next, engineering design is processed into the product characteristics, and product characteristic matrices will going to be formed. So it's a simultaneous process. It is, you can say it's a process which is linked to one and all. Okay, if any design is, if any matrix is absent, then there will be no formation of the deployment of the quality. So it is how we are deploying the quality, it is all about that. So then product characteristics matrices will going to be formed. Then product characteristics taken into the picture, and they will process that product characteristics, and that they will hand over to manufacturing department for manufacturing operations which the product should have. So which are those product characteristics? They will process over here, and they will form a manufacturing, or you can say a purchasing matrices. Okay, next, the purchasing matrices or the production operations, they will hand over to the control verification or control quality control team. So they will check whether all the functions they have provided it is as per the customer requirement or not. They will check whatever the defects that are present into that. So they will analyze all the product into the quality control applications, okay, with the help of these. So 7 QC tools are there. They will comes into the picture over here in production or quality operations, and they will process each and every part of that or component of that product, and they will analyze whether the voice of the customer it is been listened according to their demand, according to their want, according to their must or not. So it's what overall how you are deploying the quality, okay, through your organization to build the customer's product. Okay, it is not like this we are developing the product. It is not, it is the customers who develop the product, okay, who has the idea in their mind, and we are only picturizing that idea, and we are processing that idea, we are converting that idea into engineering design, we are converting that idea engineering design into the product characteristics, we are converting product characteristics into the manufacturing, purchasing operations, and then we are handovering that all product characteristics with the product to the quality control department. So this is a setup that is used for deploying the quality through the organization. That is why it is known as waterfall, the relationship of the QFT matrices. So these two diagrams are very important. Okay, first is house of quality and second is waterfall relationship. So this is all about the quality function deployment, how you are deploying the quality through the organization and how you are listening the quality through the house of quality structure. Okay, so this is about today's lecture. Thank you.